Something felt wrong, but no one said a word.
A quiet room, a warning unheard.
Smiles too tight, a laugh too forced.
Every instinct said,
Change your course. The vibes were off. The lights were low. We missed the signs. We should have known. The vibes were off. Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 2 of our brand new podcast,
The Vibes Were Off.
I'm Catherine.
And I'm Meg.
And we're so glad to have you back again. This is a continuation of the David Alan Gore, Fred Waterfield serial killers, also known as the Killing Cousins. And our survivor for this episode is Regan Martin. All right, let's get into it.
I'm ready.
All right, to tell you our survivor story, we have to start at the beginning. Trigger warning for rape, assault, and murder. Ooh, this is a tough one. Yeah. July 26, 1983 was a warm summer day. 2 teen girls hooked their thumbs out, determined to make it to Wabasso Beach in eastern Florida, looking for a day in the sun and water. David Alan Gore and Fred Waterfield would make sure they never made it. Lynn Elliott was born December 17, 1965 in Vero Beach, Florida. She was part of a close-knit family. Her father, Carl Elliott Jr., and her mother, Jean Stewart, were married in 1965 and would go on to have 2 more children. Lynn was the big sister to 2 younger brothers, Jason and Brian. That had to be tough.
Yeah.
2 little brothers.
That's a lot of energy.
Man, that's a lot. Lynn loved anything and everything outdoors, including the ocean. She was lucky enough to live only 2 blocks from the beach and would spend most of her days there. How awesome would that be? Like 2 blocks from the ocean, just walk, surf, get a tan.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about the ocean.
You don't like the ocean?
Not
okay.
so much, but I think you would love it.
I would love the ocean. I would love it. She was a senior at Vero Beach High School, where she and Regan Martin were friends. Regan was born in 1968 and had just moved to Vero Beach, Florida. She's like brand new in town. This poor girl. Most of her personal information is unavailable to the public. That's because she is a survivor and we are going to respect her wishes. So much of her life before and after her assault is going to be generalized. We do know she was a student at Vero Beach High School, a freshman. So she made friends with some upperclassmen pretty quickly. That's nice.
She was cool.
Yeah, right? Just out surfing, man. Just out on the beach.
Living the dream.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. On July 26, 1983, the girls decided to hitchhike to Wabasso Beach and were quickly picked up by Gore and Waterfield, which is their MO. If you remember from part 1, yes. They pick up little girls, basically, hitchhiking. Fred was driving and David was the passenger. Very important to remember this configuration. Fred is driving, David is the passenger, and the girls were squished between them. Now, at first, everything was okay. Gore offered the girls beer, which they declined, as well as weed, which they were like, nah, we're good, just trying to get to the beach.
Just want to go to the beach.
No drugs or alcohol, please. Fred, who was driving, asked if they wanted to go to the dunes near the beach and drive around, and they said yes. Sounds pretty exciting. They were in a big truck. They wanted to go hang out. Well, it's like older people, right? The guys. Fred, they would say, was pretty friendly and kind. So they were happy to hang out with him. David didn't really say much. So they were like, whatever. But while driving over a large dune, the glove box popped open and the girl saw a gun.
Oh, yeah.
And it went down.
Freaked out.
Yeah, freaking out. Like, what the heck? Like, please don't. Gore, being the disgusting human he is, grabbed the gun, put it to Regan's head, motioned towards him, and spoke to Waterfield. He said, quote, "Wouldn't it be fun to take these 2 girls home and have some fun with them?"
No.
Please don't.
No, it wouldn't.
This is not going to be fun.
Don't do
for
it
nobody.
again.
They just want to go to the beach.
Yeah.
Okay, get them off the dunes.
And how
they want to go to the beach.
They're pretty close in age to those other 2 girls that they've already taken.
Mm-hmm. Fred, who was driving, agreed and drove them to Gore's parents' house. Regan looked to Fred and asked if David was serious because she was like, hey, this guy was cool. Fred was chill with us. We were hanging out. He was friendly. So she was like, is this guy serious? Like,
right.
Why is he taking us? Why are you taking us over there?
Little does she know Fred's the ringleader of
right.
this.
Fred told her, well, I guess he's serious, and he had to keep on driving. Like, you're driving.
Right.
Why are we going to this guy's house? No. On the way, though, they drove through a busy intersection. Regan would later remember a woman waving to them. She was like, what is that about? But she noticed the vibes in the car were off in the truck.
Okay. Yeah.
So somebody knew this girl, this woman that waved to them. It would later come out that it was Fred's sister who had just happened to drive past them.
Oh, no.
And she absolutely saw the two girls in the truck.
Right.
So now it's a problem. But they've committed. And once they commit, they're going to go get theirs, right? Once at the home, both men drugged the girls in the house and hog-tied them. They were handcuffed behind their back and tied at the ankles with cord, and that cord was secured to their handcuffs. So they were, hog-tied, can't move, really.
Right.
By all accounts, Waterfield left the home once the girls were tied up to go secure his alibi, right? Because his sister had seen him.
Oh,
so
right.
he's got to go
to
his sister.
Something else, yeah.
Right. He can't be there. Now alone with Gore, which is worst case scenario, he went from room to room assaulting and then raping them. Which is like disgusting. You're just going from room to room. Like, what are you doing?
I'm surprised he did that because wasn't Fred always supposed to go first?
Yeah, well, Fred left him.
Yeah.
So he was like, bye,
All
Fred.
right.
Yeah, I guess he knew he wasn't getting paid for this one. Not going to write a check. The following information I'm going to tell you is from court documents detailing what Regan was able to testify to. So when Gore was with Lynn, Regan could hear her choking and saying, I can't breathe, while coughing. Gore then came back to Regan, gagged her, and placed a pillowcase over her head and assaulted her with his hand before going back into Lynn's room. So he didn't start at rape. He was torturing these girls.
Worked his way up to
it. Going back and forth to them, knowing that, he was going to come back and it was going to get worse.
Yeah. And also that they could hear what was happening to the other one.
When he eventually came back, he told Regan that he planned to keep them for 2 or 3 days. Which was especially cool because Regan was like, okay, we'll get out of this. I'll just have to do what he says for the next 2 or 3 days. He's going to drop us off. We'll be okay. Like, sure, he might rape us, but we're going to live. Regan made a point of saying she was doing whatever Gore asked her, saying, I did what he told me to do. I was scared he would kill me.
Yeah.
Now, Regan's 14. Lynn is 17. So these are little girls.
Yeah.
Just put in the worst situation ever. She also said, quote, he told me to shut up or he would slit my throat. So, of course, she's going to do whatever he says.
And I would believe him because he looks like a psychopath.
Well, you kidnapped us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then hogtied us.
Right. At gunpoint. So.
Yeah. This is trigger warning. It's gross. He then forced her to perform oral sex on him, completing in her mouth. And then when she began to cough and choke, he told her, quote, I'm going to slice your throat. It doesn't matter to me because I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay.
So, like, taking all hope away from her. She was complying and doing everything. And he's like, I'm going to kill you anyway. I don't care what you do.
No, because he gets a sick pleasure from...
Exactly. Well, that's a theme. He tells them that he's going to kill them.
Right.
This is not the first time he's done that.
He is excited to do that.
This is like, you know what's coming. Good luck. Right? While assaulting Regan, Lynn was able to get her legs free and run out of the house.
Oh, dang.
Somehow she was able to undo that hog tie.
She was like, bye.
Just her legs, though. So she sprinted naked out of the home with her hands still tied behind her back with handcuffs, which I can't imagine. They're also, remember, in the orange grove.
Right.
There's nobody around for miles.
Right, and they don't know where they're going.
Where they're at, where they're going. If anyone's around, they've been screaming, so they know that's not working. Gore heard this, and he was with Regan, and so he was like, stay here. I gotta go take care of something. So Gore was naked. He gave chase and caught up to her. Obviously, right? She's doing her best, but He shoved her down to the ground, and they were struggling for a period of time before he pointed a gun at her and shot her in the head. Gore would later say, quote, I started dragging her back, and she was trying, like, resisting, fighting me, so I threw her to the ground. That's when I shot her in the head.
Is he trying to justify
because
shooting her in the head?
She was fighting him.
Right,
so
if she would have just come back.
Yeah, but then he added, quote, it was just a reflex to shut her up.
Yeah.
Because everyone's reflex is to shoot people in the head.
No, there's no justifying shooting her in the head.
He's a psycho. He actually shot her twice, though. Once through the jaw and the other through her brain. The jaw shot, she could have survived. Which is just extra sad. If it was your reflex, you shot her once,
right?
She would have survived.
No,
but he shot her again.
To kill her. Yep. Yeah, he meant to kill her.
So, both naked, he started dragging Lynn's body back toward the house because he was a gross, overweight idiot and was not strong. He had to shoot the girl because he couldn't contain a handcuffed 17-year-old. He had to shoot her.
I wish she would have got away.
Yeah, same. But, luckily for Regan, not for anybody else in the situation, Gore noticed a 15-year-old, his name was Michael Rock, across the field on his bike. Michael had seen the whole incident go down.
Oh, no.
He'd seen everything.
Get out of there,
That's
Mike.
what I was like, run!
Pedal.
But he's on his bike. Yeah, he's on his bike. But Gore now knew he was on limited time as he watched Michael speed off. He put Lynn's body in the trunk of his parents' car.
At that point, they're coming for you.
Right.
Why even bother?
Right. Yeah. He grabbed his police scanner. You know how much he loves that police scanner. And ran to the room Regan was being held in. She would later say that she heard the struggle outside, but she thought it sounded like a BB gun going off. She didn't recognize it. She's also 14. Yeah. Like, that's insane.
Probably in firm denial.
Yeah.
Too,
oh, yeah.
That, like,
absolutely.
Her friend just got killed.
Right. When he came back to Regan, he said, quote, if I hear any sounds out of you, I will kill you. Which, yeah, we get it. You said that 10 times.
We get it.
And he drug her up into the attic, naked. Everybody's still naked. She's hogtied. Drug her up into the attic. She would say she was going in and out of consciousness up there. They were up there for a while, is what she said.
So he's with her.
He's with her attic. Up in the attic.
But then the body of the other one is down
in the trunk of his parents' car.
Okay, so he's just planning to hide.
Yes, he's going to hide and I guess hope they don't look
around,
I guess. So eventually, she said she began to hear sounds coming from outside, including a bullhorn and a man encouraging David to come out and surrender.
Right, because they know you're there, you dummy.
Right, like they're gonna, hey.
Because the car's not even gone.
Right, the car's still there. That's ridiculous. After a very tense hour-and-a-half standoff. So she's up here, who knows how long she was up there before the police showed up, but then another 90 minutes, naked, bound, thinking any second this guy's going to shoot her. Because why wouldn't he?
Right.
He's going to get caught anyway.
Right, he doesn't have anything to lose.
Right, take another one down. Yeah. It's crazy. But thankfully, Gore finally relented and came down to give himself over to authorities. It was his uncle who finally convinced him to surrender.
Oh, dang.
The Waterfield's dad.
Dang.
Isn't that crazy?
Does he know at this point that, like, Fred is also involved in this?
Oh, I'll get to that.
Okay.
Ugh, that shitty family. Okay, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Police made their way into the house and found Regan in the attic naked, handcuffed and hogtied with an electrical cord cut from a lamp. So he didn't even use rope. The sheriff had to grab clothes from the home to cover her with, which, icky, but I guess you have to. Like,
right. But where were her clothes?
I have no idea.
Disposed
Gone.
of
They're
somewhere.
probably still in the truck,
yeah.
honestly. It wasn't until much, much later into the night that they told her Lynn had been killed. They kept it from her for a while just to let her relax and chill. And then her mom actually told her what had happened.
I mean, that's probably for the best.
Now, Regan 1,000% credits her life to Lynn. Thanks to Lynn's extraordinary bravery in the face of unimaginable situation, she was able to be rescued. Lynn was only 17, but she single-handedly took down this murdering pair of monsters.
Yeah.
Like snaps for Lynn.
Yeah.
Like
unwittingly. Like her just trying to escape.
Just the escape attempt.
Yeah. Well, and thank goodness, what his name was? Mikey?
Michael. Mm-hmm.
Thank goodness he was
riding his bike.
Yeah, because...
and just happened to see it.
Yeah.
And David didn't try to shoot him too.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
For someone who just like flinches and shoots.
I'm sure he made a noise, right? It wasn't your reflex to shoot him too?
No.
Or you just only shoot women?
Yeah.
Got it. Not only was Regan spared, but who knows how many other women and children were saved by getting them off the streets.
Yeah.
Like, Lynn is a hero.
Yeah. Well, they were never going to go down unless they were caught red-handed.
Right. Well, they had been caught before.
Right.
And they still got out.
Right.
Like, this is the only way, right? Lynn is remembered as a brave and selfless young woman. This is tragic. She also had a long-term boyfriend, Tim, who, this is so sad. Your face looks sad. It's even sadder. He planned to propose to her that night.
No.
He was going to propose to her.
Oh my
She was a senior. It was July. They were going to spend the rest of their lives together. It's so sad. But a little bit of good news. It's ironic. David Gore, who was executed, was killed on Tim's 52nd birthday.
Oh.
Something he describes as, quote, the best birthday present ever.
Yeah. A little gift for Tim.
Right. This is a little sprinkling of happiness for you, Tim, who he never got over her. That was,
right.
I mean,
the
how
love
could
of his
you?
Life.
And she gets murdered.
In such a tragic way.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
On the night you're going to propose to her.
Yeah. Yes. So sad. Lynn's family missed her deeply, and the ripples of her murder affected the entire family, as it would.
Right.
Just 3 years after she was killed, her parents divorced, which is awful, but totally understandable. But they never stopped fighting together for justice for their daughter. They were, and still are, joint advocates for Lynn. Her brother Brian developed a drug addiction, sadly, that their father attributes to his great guilt for letting his sister and her friend hitchhike that day. So he refused to give her a ride to the beach. He was like, I don't have time for you.
Hitchhike, yeah.
Right. Like, they were hitchhiking.
Yeah. I mean, I get that.
But yeah, it's just like siblings, right? But he so sadly, passed from a drug overdose in 2012.
That's very sad.
It was just like every person that they kill, and they've killed quite a few.
Yeah.
It's not just the person you're killing, it's the family and the friends and everybody that knew these children and women.
Yeah.
But they're caught, right? Gore was officially in custody, and Waterfield would be arrested shortly after, ending their reign of terror. Now we're going to talk a little bit about life in prison, the trials. So many trials. There's so many trials.
You think like this would be an open and shut
case. Like they did this one for sure. Like
guilty,
take them out.
bye.
Guilty. Execution. Goodbye. We don't got to spend money on them anymore.
All right. Tell me all about it.
So many. So it didn't take long for Gore to start confessing to his crimes because he is an attention whore. He needs everybody to be focused on him. He's like, look at me, look at me, look at me. But he drew him out. He drew him out and out and out into early 1984, detailing every bit of them and leading police to the bodies of those who were still able to be found. So just a reminder of the victims. Lynn Elliott was recovered in his parents' car trunk. Hasang Huang Ling and Ying Hua Ling were recovered inside those 55-gallon metal drums buried 8 feet underground in the orange grove. This poor mother and daughter. Barbara Ann Byer was partially recovered in the orange grove. Judith K. Daly was partially recovered in a garbage bag buried in the orange grove. Angel LaValle was never found despite the many exhaustive searches. And that's all of them. That's so many.
How many people was that total?
6. And almost 7 with Regan. That's just what they found.
Right.
His defense...
No, there had to have been more.
No, it's... well, Gore will later admit to over 30.
Oh, okay. I believe that.
So, Gore's defense attorneys fought for his trial to be moved to a different county due to the immense coverage of the cases, which you shouldn't be able to get to do. You
shouldn't
murdered a
be-
bunch
right.
of people in
You
this county.
Right. You're supposed to be held to like a jury of your peers, like
Right.
in the place where it happened, because it affects
Maybe don't be such a
them.
huge murderer.
Right.
And it won't matter. But unfortunately, a judge agreed and moved the case to St. Petersburg, Florida in March 1984. And Gore and Waterfield also were tried separately. They fought to be tried separately, which at this point, whatever.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with Fred Waterfield's trial. Of notes, and this is going to piss you off, Waterfield has always maintained his innocence. He's done nothing. He is a perfect baby angel, can do no wrong.
You know, you keep saying his name, and it reminds me of like the lead character in Handmaid's Tale, Fred Waterford.
Oh yes, yeah.
And I'm like, he sounds like just like that, like a chauvinistic
monster.
Piece of crap.
I wonder if it's taken from
I don't know, but I'm like,
that's
hey,
interesting.
wait a minute.
Yeah. So he has never wavered that he had no involvement, not a little involvement. He said he had no involvement with any crimes before Regan and Lynn's kidnapping.
Right, before the one person who could place him there.
But also, we'll go back to Angela in our first episode. Angela Hamel.
Right.
She called him out by name.
Right.
Automotive shop, fixing the tires, definitely raped her, you know?
No, he was there.
No, okay. Fred actually claimed to be a victim of Gore.
Well, of course.
Oh, he's a little victim.
Yeah.
When he was asked how he was able to leave the home if he was a victim too, because remember, he left the home.
Right. To go secure his alibi.
Because he's saying Gore had a gun and, you know, he was a victim.
Right.
And he was driving. Fred was driving the car, the truck.
And he
was the victim.
For his life.
He was scared. What was he going to do? They're like, oh, well, how did you leave the home?
Right. Why did he let
Gore
you leave?
had a gun. He said he didn't know. Yeah. Okay. Like, that's it. He did say that he planned to call the police once he got to his auto shop, but a customer walked in and wanted to talk, so we got distracted.
Yeah.
Like, oh, sorry.
I was
really busy.
Yeah.
But they wanted to talk about, like, carburetors and stuff.
Right.
It's like, I'm really busy.
You just really needed to take care of that first.
There's like 2 girls naked, handcuffed, kidnapped in my cousin's house.
With a gun.
Yeah, no, but listen, I'm the victim here, is what he's saying. After a while, he said he saw police cars speeding towards the Gore home, so he figured they had it covered.
No worries.
Oh, they're like, oh, we just saw 10 cars.
I don't need to call
Go
911
by
anymore.
They've got it covered.
Yeah.
It's fine. They don't need me there. Right. In May 1984, he was convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to 15 years in jail. Which, what do you mean manslaughter? Like,
right.
That's ridiculous. And I'm guessing it's because he wasn't actually there. Like, Regan said he did leave.
Right.
So.
And they're only on trial for, I mean, are they on trial for all the
Regan and Lynn's murders.
Yeah,
yep.
So
he was shockingly acquitted of kidnapping and murder. When I put, I guess I can see the murder charge, but he was literally the one driving the truck and drove the girls to the house.
So, kidnapper.
He's definitely the kidnapper.
Right.
But you got him on manslaughter?
But not kidnapping.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
So this is Fred's attorney, Michael Bloom, because F this guy. I don't know how you live defending this guy. Said his client, quote, was convicted not for doing something wrong, but for failing to stop something he knew was going to happen.
No.
No. Did nothing wrong? Did nothing wrong? Okay.
He kidnapped. Like, they wouldn't have been in that situation if it weren't for him.
He did it.
He drove them there.
He drove them. And then he went to say, quote, I think the jury based their verdict on the fact that since Freddie had knowledge of what was going to happen, that there was a duty imposed on him as a citizen to call the police. I mean, he was gonna.
Also that, like, even if you were a victim in this situation, yeah, 100% you're responsible for their deaths because you did nothing to stop it.
You knew it was gonna happen.
Right.
You knew.
So, yeah.
Yeah. You do it. He got busy. You know, that customer walked in.
He got so busy.
And he was just trying to make money, okay? Yeah. As anyone would do.
No.
But then the cops came and he was like, they got it. No problem.
Oh, Fred.
Freddy. Gross. Freddy Krueger. Yeah.
Just all the terrible Freds we can think
Yeah,
of.
all of them. Okay, in July 1984, Waterfield was indicted with the kidnapping and murder of Yang Ling, Barbara Byer, and Angel LaValle. So these are the ones that Gore admitted to. Right. And so...
And said, Fred was there.
Fred was there. For the kidnapping and murder of 3 women, he received 15 years.
Okay.
15 years.
We couldn't do any better than that?
Couldn't do it.
Okay.
They had another trial in January 1985 for the murder of all 6 women, in which David Gore testified against him. So after that, so I guess the first trial, he wanted a better sentence or something. So he was like, let's run this again. And so the prosecution said, cool, I'm going to add 3 more women.
Why wouldn't you say, thank you for the 15 years. I'm going to go to jail now.
He said he didn't do anything. He has no involvement, none. And he's going to clear his name.
Yeah, okay. Die on that hill.
Yeah, please. Die soon. He was eventually given 2 life sentences for the kidnapping of Barbara Byer and Angel LaValle. Love that. He continues to fight his convictions with the help of his now ex-wife and twin daughters. 3 women fighting these convictions. They wholeheartedly believe that he is innocent, and they go frequently to the press saying about how their dad is wrongly convicted.
You know, some people are wrongly convicted.
Yeah, not this guy.
Not this guy.
Yeah, and this is despite multiple women coming forward with accusations of abuse, rape, and attempted murder.
Right.
Like,
you just have to be
name them.
So delusional to think that your dad had nothing to do with this.
Like, I get it. You got some daddy issues. Don't we all?
Your dad's a murderer.
Your dad's literally a murderer. Maybe unhitch the wagon.
Right.
Right? Like, it's time.
Yeah.
Let's move forward. But they are staunch supporters of him. They do newspapers all the time. They do interviews all the time, you know, hoping for justice for their dad, which is just gross. All right, now on to David Gore.
David.
Yeah, this guy. David's a talker. That's one thing we'll get into.
Yeah.
He loves the attention, right?
Yeah.
He wrote lots of letters to a lot of people bragging about his crimes. He's very excited to tell everybody. We'll see how that ends up for him.
Doesn't sound like it ends good for him.
No.
So.
He was convicted of 1 count of murder and 2 counts of kidnapping in January 1984, with a jury recommending death 11-1. It's a shame it wasn't 12-0.
Right.
I don't know who that one was. His sentence was confirmed 1 day after his birthday in 1985, which we love to see.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Have fun with the electric chair. January 1985, he was convicted of the murders of Barbara Byer, Angel LaValle, and given 2 life sentences. March 3rd, 1988, what a great year, his warrant for death was signed by the governor of Florida. So in Florida, the governor has to sign the death warrant, and then they can start the process of lethal injection or whatever, I think, electric chair at this point.
Right.
This is in 1988. He was like, okay, cool, time for you to go. Let's do it. This is actually the first of 3 death warrants that would get signed. But Gore drug out his appeals and was awarded stays of execution.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. For the next almost 3 decades, Gore would talk a lot from prison.
That's a long
3 decades on death row. Right. That's too long. You're convicted. Time to go.
Right.
Why are we feeding you?
We need an appeal process, sure, so we don't kill people that maybe don't deserve it.
For some people, but this one we have an eyewitness.
Yeah.
Eyewitness, you just go straight to the top.
Yeah.
Like, that's it for you.
I don't think, we don't really need to appeal this.
Yeah, I think we got the right guy. One of interesting note was in 1984 when a retired grandmother from South Yorkshire, it's over in England, Mrs. Wilson, wrote letters to Gore as a part of a pen pal project.
No.
Yeah, she was just bored. She just wanted to write people.
Get a different hobby.
Take up quilting or something.
I do not understand the pen pal to murderers in prison.
Yeah, it's very much, well, they're people too. Not this guy. No. So she actually wrote to him for nearly 2 decades. And she was, quote, unaware of the extent of his gruesome crimes, unquote.
You couldn't, like, look that up real quick?
Nobody. Well, she was an 84-year-old grandmother. You know, she just was like, he seems nice.
Okay.
She said he was I'm going to quote this again because I don't want anybody mistaking these for my words. A kind man, full of love for his family and happy. He wrote happy letters with little jokes and that sort of thing, unquote.
Yeah, I mean, a serial killer can, like, write a happy letter. Right. He might even be happy.
What a good guy. What a good guy.
Right. Like, it sounds like he wasn't that sad to be there.
No. He's happy to be there.
He loves talking about all his stuff that he's done.
Yep. 18 years after her first letter, her daughter finally decided to look Gore up on the internet. Like, finally.
You know what? Okay.
Hey, Mom, what are you doing over there?
Let's see who this is.
Let's just see. And she actually broke the news of his crimes to her mother. Miss Wilson said, "It never entered my head that he would be a serial killer. I thought he might have shot somebody or something like that, but not a serial killer." But Miss Wilson.
Miss Wilson. Who cares how many people they've murdered?
Just shot one.
Why are you
not
eager
a serial killer, though,
to chit chat with a murderer?
I think we need to look into Miss Wilson.
She's got some problems.
He shot somebody. Okay. Not a big deal.
He was so nice.
So she wrote to him and said, "I know what you did last summer," or whatever. Then she said their letters changed after that. He went from a seemingly nice man to evil. Like,
I'm so shocked.
What? In one letter? There were no signs? Okay. So Gore actually began detailing his crimes to her in hopes that she would help write a biography for him. Like, Mrs. Wilson, why are we telling him we're writing a biography?
Right.
She was like, "I'll help you with your biography."
She's like, "Oh, you naughty boy. Yeah. I heard what you did, but tell me in detail and I'll write about it."
Do you want to put a book together? We could split the proceeds.
Yeah, I don't know about her. I really don't think she was that naive. Oh, I didn't know.
No way.
She was trying to form a relationship with him, so he would tell her all this stuff.
Yeah, she definitely lived through a war.
Yeah.
At least one. Mm-mm. You're not naive. No, don't come at me. But he actually did this more than once. He had a lot of people writing biographies for him, which again begs the question, what are we doing here?
What are we doing?
Why are so many people like, I'll write a book for you?
Listen, we're here talking about it, right? Like, there's obviously like a fascination with true crime and stuff, but like to be on the side of the murderer and to like do them a favor, right, to like help them get money or fame or whatever. Yep. Like that's wild. Like telling the story on the sake of the survivors is one thing, but
we're trying to profit. I guess we're trying to profit too, but in a different way. It's crazy. She actually said, quote, "I didn't expect him to be so gory. He told me how he strangled them. Some he shot, some he hung. He told me he was a cannibal. He said after he murdered one, his mind would alter and slow down, then everything would return to normal, but that it wouldn't take long before he wanted to kill again."
This sounds like some stuff he saw on TV or in a movie.
And I say to that, stop writing to him.
And I also say to that, I call BS. Nowhere did it say that you ate
cannibal
them or like even some of that other stuff. I'm like, now you're just trying to seem bigger than you were.
Oh, for sure. He's like, well, I'm already got 6 convictions.
Why not? Let's go crazy.
Right. So he actually told her he murdered up to 30 women.
Okay. Well, now I don't exactly believe that.
It's important to note that nobody else has ever been found.
Right.
Now, he could have gave them to the gators. That's what he said he did with a lot of them. But why didn't he do that for the 6?
For all of them.
Right.
Right. If that was such a great way to get rid of bodies.
Right. That's what I'm
thinking. You're somebody who like wants to keep a trophy, you're going to keep a trophy from every murder, not just a few of them.
Exactly. Yeah. Gore also corresponded with a man named Tony Ciaglia quite a bit. Tony initially reached out to Gore to interview him, along with other serial killers, for his book, The Serial Killer Whisperer, which just...
Not a flex.
There's just a lot of serial killers. I know what to say to get him to open up,
They
which
really
is what
like me.
which is what he claims.
Yeah.
Tony is the serial killer whisperer. Tony had sustained a severe head injury as a teenager and noticed changes in his behavior and wanted to see if there was a pattern with other people who had suffered head injuries like he did. Okay, sure.
But then now you're giving an opening to anybody who's ever done like a terrible thing.
Right.
Oh, but I
Give
hit
an
my
excuse.
head when I
Exactly.
was 12, so.
It is of note, Tony is not a serial killer. So, you don't have to be a serial killer.
Maybe he's got some serial killer thoughts, though.
Right. And he's like, let me talk to him and see.
Yeah.
Ugh. The book was published, and it ultimately featured 3 killers. Joseph Roy Metheny, a self-confessed serial killer and cannibal, most known for selling human meat in a roadside stand in Baltimore, which I will cover on another episode. Don't worry. And Arthur Shawcross, a serial killer in New York. The book was Gore's ultimate undoing, which we love to see. We love to see it. He just talked too much.
Gotcha.
Got him. Once released, columnist Don Lemon, along with some of the victims' families, used it to help speed up Gore's execution.
Right. Because you're trying to say, no, I didn't do it. Please don't kill me. But
here are
in
all of the
this book,
details.
Yes, I did it all and more.
Lemon suggested that then Governor Rick Scott read it and decide for himself, because the governor has to sign the death warrant.
Right.
And there's a lot of people on death row. Shortly after, Gore was moved in front of 42 other inmates on death row, and his death warrant was signed. Having run out of appeals, this was it.
Woohoo!
Woo! Congratulations, you just got moved up.
You played yourself.
You played, you dummy. Like, now you're it. You had to wait for 42 other people to be executed.
Right.
And the governor said, no. Straight to the front of the line.
No.
That's it.
He got confident enough to release a book.
Right.
Bye.
There you go. He was visited by 3 people in his last days. Gore's ex-wife, his mother, which I love my kids. You turn into a serial killer, like, you're not getting a goodbye hug.
No.
Like, see you in hell.
Right.
No way. And his spiritual advisor, a Baptist minister. Because,
No.
just... I mean, clearly he was scared of dying.
Right.
Right? He changed his, whole relationship with God and
Which just...
the church, hoping to go to heaven. The old say sorry at the last minute and you're in.
Right. Which doesn't actually work.
No, probably don't kill people. His last meal, which I'm always interested in, was fried chicken, French fries, butter pecan ice cream, and soda.
Okay. I mean...
Like, who's worried about the clogged arteries at this point?
Right.
Like, go for it. He was placed on the gurney and gave his final statement, which was, I want to say to the Elliott family, which is one family of one woman that he killed, I am sorry for the death of your daughter. I am not the same man I was 28 years ago. I hope they find it in their hearts to forgive me.
No.
So just one.
Just the one. Right. Not all of them.
Not the 30 that you claim?
Yeah.
No.
Was that the blonde one? I'm just curious.
No, that was a 17-year-old girl. The one at the end.
Oh, the very last
Yes,
one.
Lynn.
Okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
That's the one he said sorry for.
That's the only one.
That's the one that got him caught.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was first injected with a powerful sedative, followed by a paralytic, making it so that he wouldn't be able to move. Which, listen, hope it hurt. Finally, he was injected with potassium chloride, a drug that would stop his heart in a couple of minutes. Side note, this was an interesting rabbit hole. I can do a deeper dive on this if anyone's interested into the history of lethal injection and the various execution methods. Might be a fun, bonus episode.
Yeah. I mean, we are from Texas. So.
Yeah, we love a death penalty out here.
Sorry for anyone who doesn't like that.
Sorry. David Allen Gore was pronounced dead at 6:19 p.m. So it took him almost 20 minutes to die, which we love to see. He's awful.
We love it.
He's awful. He deserved it. There were 23 people who witnessed the execution. It was many of the victims' families present to see justice finally carried out. I mean, this had been almost 30 years.
Yeah, that's wild.
So, family members have died, parents have died, other new family members have been born. It's almost 30 years.
Right.
Carl Elliott, Lynn's father, said, quote, "If he was a Christian, then I condemn your soul to hell, sir." And, quote, "He had it easy compared to my daughter."
Right.
Which seems real nice. I don't think I could have been that nice.
Yeah.
But no, hopefully you're in hell. Hopefully you're in hell.
Yeah.
Please burn. Okay, now Waterfield's twin daughters come back. Because guess who showed up to the execution? Right. Should be their dad going down too. But they showed up. And they solely blamed Gore for the attacks. And falsely, quote unquote, linking their dad to them. They were quoted saying, "He took our father away, our pillar, who was everything to us."
Oh, was he?
He was everything to
everything
you. How
to
did he
you?
have time to be everything to you, like murdering and assaulting women?
Right.
Was he even around? Do you remember him at all as a child? Like, that's ridiculous. Fred Waterfield maintained his innocence and he's unfortunately still alive, still fighting.
Trying to get out.
And he's currently fighting to be released from prison. So he has run out of all of his appeals. He is now pro bono, or that's not pro bono. What is it when you're pro se? That's what it is. Okay. He is pro se with his ex-wife and daughters helping fund his appeals, trying to get him.
They go broke.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
I hope you have the life you deserve.
Like, why are we
trying
still
to help
fighting
him
for
out
him?
of prison? Right.
Like, don't y'all have your own families that you need to take care of?
I also love that he is stuck in Florida.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's a great state for him to be in.
Right.
Perfect.
Good luck. The good news, our survivor here, Regan Martin, is now married to a wonderful man, and she has 2 kids of her own.
Good for her.
She is living a very good life. She tries to stay out of the spotlight, as she should. Yep. She was on an episode of I Survived on the Lifetime channel.
Oh,
it was very interesting to watch. But again, she credits her life to Lynn making an adult decision and getting herself out of there.
Yeah.
Because she was scared. Regan was, the fight or flight, and she had the freeze.
Right.
Lynn was flighting, right? She was running.
Yeah.
And it was at the perfect time. If it would have been before or after, that kid might not have seen her.
Exactly.
Right? So that ends our story on a happy note. David's dead. Fred's hopefully getting beat up in prison every day.
We hope for that.
Hope for the worst. And Regan is thriving. She's doing so well. Angela is doing well too. So we have our 2 survivors from this story. Thanks for hanging in there. It was a doozy. But the serial killer cousins in Florida are no more. Thanks so much. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow us on Instagram at The Vibes Were Off.
We are also on TikTok at The Vibes Were Off Podcast.
And for the millennials, we're on Gmail at thevibeswereoff@gmail.com.
Yeah, check us out.
Thanks, everyone.
We'll see you next time. Love ya.
Love ya.
Bye.
Bye. Listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or YouTube.
You can also find us on Instagram at The Vibes Were Off, TikTok at The Vibes Were Off Podcast, or good old-fashioned email at thevibeswereoff@gmail.com.